Good morning. Wow, that was giving Kylie Jenner rise and shine.
Rise and shine.
Wait, I gotta take my Adderall. Hi, besties. He's proud of me for getting a mic. Don't be too proud though, because I'm honestly not 100% sure how to use this yet. I'm actually almost 100% sure I'm using it wrong. And to be honest with you, I got it on sale. So the audio could be ass for all I know. And the chances of me having done this correctly, slim to none.
It's only my third day out here. I don't know.
Before we get started though, I want to make sure we got one thing clear. I am not your level-headed friend. I'm not your rational friend. You come to me for brutal honesty and support. That's about it. That's all I can promise you. Because anything past that, I don't know what to tell you. Turn this video off and go to a yoga class because you're not going to find it here. Now we got that out of the way. I've gathered you all here today because I've got some shit to get off my chest. It's been brought to my attention that some of you are dating fucking losers. You know what? There's nothing to be ashamed of. Even the baddest of bitches have been bamboozled once or twice. This is a safe space. So if you're going to admit it anywhere, you might as well just admit it here. Raise your hand if you've ever dated a loser. You know, now that I can see it for what it is, every time I see a bad bitch with a loser, I'm like, what are you doing? I think about when I was dating a loser and I'm like, why did nobody tell me? Why did nobody look at me in the eyes and was like, baby, what are you doing? Like, get it together. Like, free her of the shackles that are loser. Sorry, I'm in a silly goofy mood. I want to make it clear that I'm not just being a big bully, not just like calling them losers for no reason. I'm talking about the guys that have no goals, no ambition, they lack emotional intelligence, they're immature, they can't hold a job, they think a girlfriend should be like their mom, their therapist, their maid, and their ATM all in one. Like, that's a fucking loser. I'm thinking like TLC no scrubs. I'm referring to guys that have earned the title loser. Like manipulative, self-absorbed, all of that. Like that's a loser. If you were dating a man with the matching description, you're with a fucking dweeb bitch. I'm sick and tired of seeing it. I think a spider bit me. I'm like, free them. Free the fellow bad bitches from the shackles that is being in love with a loser. If you're continuously dating losers over and over and over again, like if you're finding the same red flags within different people, at some point you gotta be like, okay, what am I doing that I keep attracting the same kind of person? And more importantly, why do I keep letting them in? Baby, you keep letting them in because you lack boundaries and you lack standards. Men are smart, okay? They like to play stupid and then they love it when women use that as a cop-out for them. Men are not that dumb. The second that they see that a woman that they're into either lacks standards or expectations or boundaries, they're gonna fully take advantage. They're gonna see how far they can push you and how little you're willing to accept. When you don't have clear standards or expectations of what you want or what you need out of a person or relationship, it's really easy for someone to come along and be like, hey, is this enough? Does this work? And for you to be like, I guess it's good enough. It's not that bad. It is that bad. And no, it's not good enough. You need to get really clear on those standards and expectations because you do not want to get stuck dating a man for their potential and not their reality. Because there's a very big difference between what you're willing to accept and what you actually want. They are not the same thing. And you know what? I don't know who convinced y'all that being single or alone is one of the scariest things in the world. Baby, you do not need to be scared of being single. You need to be scared of ending up with a fucking loser. Not settling with an undercover loser should put the fear of God into you. I cannot think of a worse personal hell. That to me sounds like my worst nightmare. I'll be single and alone every single day of the week before I'm carrying some dead weight and making excuses for them. Like, that's pathetic. He's trying to figure things out. He's just going through a lot right now. He's focused on himself. That's proof he doesn't like you. That's proof of procrastination. You think if that man's dream girl came along, he wouldn't figure it the fuck out like that? When I started talking to my therapist about some of the issues I was encountering in my dating life, she had me do this exercise that honestly just changed dating for me completely. She had me draw out a triangle and separate it into 3 sections. The top section, I had to write anything that was an absolute non-negotiable. Doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter what you have, it doesn't matter what you bring to the table. If you don't have these top things, we cannot be together. And so for me, the specific section had things like emotionally intelligent, mature, kind, goal-oriented, driven, ambitious, things like that. The second section is standards and expectations that you would really, really prefer your partner have. But you know, if they don't have it, it's like not the end of the world. And then the bottom part is all things that you would prefer, but like, it's okay. Like if you don't have it, like, you know, it's not gonna be that big of a deal. So when I did this pyramid, I had a very, very clear vision of my standards and expectations of what I wanted out of my partner and what I wanted out of a relationship. And when you have this clear vision of who it is that you're looking for and what it is that you want, it makes it really, really obvious whenever someone comes along and they're not your person. You're not blinded by the words, you see them for who they are. And it's easier to just spot red flags because now you're like, hey, this is what I'm looking for and you're not it. And if you do this pyramid and somebody comes along that fundamentally does not match, it is not your job to convince them of your worth or to even try to explain why your non-negotiables are your non-negotiables. And it's definitely not your job to train them into it. This doesn't work, or I don't agree with this, I don't agree with that. Okay, next. Like, it is not your job to prove to anybody that you're worth your standards and expectations. And I know I've been like really joking about this whole loser thing, but like there's real consequences to dating losers. God forbid you end up in a serious long-term relationship with a loser. Why? Because it's good enough and you're comfortable, baby, comfort is not worth your potential. Settling into a relationship with someone that only gives you the bare minimum and what you're willing to accept instead of what you want is a waste of your time, is a waste of their time, it's a waste of you, it's a waste of your potential. You owe it to yourself, to your future family, to your future children, to make sure that you end up with somebody that gives you the life and the love that you deserve. You need to make sure that until the right person comes along that's willing to give you the love and the life that you want and you expect, that you choose yourself over and over and over again. Because if you're not choosing you, you're choosing them every time. You're prioritizing somebody else. That's why there's so much beauty in solitude. There's being single or alone. It's nothing to be afraid of. That's the time where you can really get clear on what you want out of life, who you are, who you want to be, who you're becoming, what you want your life to look like. Use your alone time to build yourself into the person that your partner is looking for. As women, like, our energy, our time, our kindness, our love, it's all valuable. And if you're too busy giving it to fucking Tweedledee and Tweedledum over there, who are only crumbing you with attention every once in a while, you're never gonna have what you need to give the partner that's actually meant for you. Because you're too busy watering a plant that's never gonna grow, pouring into a cup that's never pouring into yours. Forget pouring into a cup that's not pouring into you. Pouring into a literal, like, void, into a dark hole, because it's not going anywhere. You're not growing anything. Stop sticking around where you're not valued. What, just because they're nice? I mean, you ask women like, oh, like, why are you with him? Oh, he's nice. Is he smart? Does he work on himself? Is he emotional intelligent? Does he take care of himself? Does he take care of you? Does he take care of your emotional needs? Or is he just hitting you with the, I'm just not ready right now? Oh, okay, I'll wait. No, you won't. Please, I'm begging you. Be afraid of the shackles. Stop dating losers. Stop settling for less. Stop being afraid of being alone. When you're single, that's the time to invest in yourself and love yourself and understand and comprehend that, like, your value does not come from who loves you, how many people love you, who you can convince to love you. Your worth comes from self-love. And when you can understand that, you're okay being alone. You won't be settling with people that don't deserve you. Because it's easy to say, like, yeah, like, I love myself. No, I mean, do you really love yourself? Are you willing to stand up for yourself in the situations that you need to? Are you willing to say, hey, I'm not willing to accept that? Because it's true self-love. Once you can get that through your head, you're not gonna settle. It will literally feel like a disservice to you. You're gonna be okay with being alone because you'll no longer be dating out of fear. You'll be dating out of choice. I feel like I'm getting really passionate about this, but I just wish that, like, some women would see, like, you are the main character. You're the sun, the moon, and the stars. You are not a side character in somebody else's movie. Stop letting men treat you like that. Stop being afraid of choosing yourself over and over and over again, because when you choose yourself and you do good and you're a good person, like, everything else falls into place. When it comes to relationships or partners, if it's not an absolute yes and it's an absolute no, your job is to take care of you always, because no one else is going to do that for you. And the right person won't make you choose. And until then, you choose yourself every single time. Easier said than done. I will admit, easier said than done, because like I said, I have been, even the baddest of bitches have been bamboozled by a loser once or twice. But once you see it, like, you're like, what was I doing? So embarrassing. When you've built yourself and you've built a life for yourself that you're proud of, that you're happy with, that is so good, the right person will not be able to resist being a part of it. You need to prepare yourself and love yourself and build yourself in a way that, like, it doesn't matter who's with you, it doesn't matter who's not with you, you're always gonna be good. Sorry I kind of yelled at you a little bit. I just got real passionate about it because I love y'all so much and I want you to stop dating fucking losers. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day and a wonderful rest of your week. And yeah, that's it. Bye-bye.